to our today's resource person, Mr. Dishan Gandhi, sir, and all the participants for this today's last session. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. I hope I am too.
Yes, sir, you do.
So,
It's indeed a matter of great pleasure and honor to welcome you, sir. Mr. Dishant Gandhi, an AI consultant, as the distinguished resource person for today's session. Mr. Gandhi is accomplished AI and machine learning consultant with over 5 years of professional experience, specializing in generative AI, conversational AI, and LLM models. He has designed and delivered scalable production ready AI solutions, including intelligent chatbots, retrieval augmented generation pipelines, multimodal AI applications, and AI powered web platforms addressing real world business and industry challenges. He possesses strong hands on expertise in modern AI and cloud native technologies such as LangChain, Streamlit, vector database, and Kubernetes, which enable him to architect robust and efficient AI systems aligned with practical organizational needs. Mr. Gandhi works closely with startup enterprises and leadership teams, translating complex AI capabilities into high impact implementable solutions. In addition to his technical expertise, Dishant sir is a passionate educator and a mentor. He has delivered more than 25 invited talks and technical sessions at international conferences, hackathons, and universities, and is widely appreciated for his ability to simplify complex AI concepts and inspire learners to build future ready, meaningful AI products. On behalf of our management principal and all the participants, my warm and respectful welcome to the session, sir. Once again, welcome you all, sir.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for this warm welcome. It really feels amazing.
It's a great pleasure to have you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
me too. So, participants, uh, before I start my session, I would like to share few things with you, such as it would be very interactive session, first of all, and I would really appreciate if you all could share your thoughts, share your questions in the chat itself, and I can answer them. And I'll be asking few questions in between. So please do chime in to answer those via chat or via unmuting yourself. Right then, I'll share my screen. It's visible, and it is
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So, first question to all of you is, have you ever used AI in academics, like such as whenever you try to mm, create MOMs or let's say research paper or even try to research anything? Have you ever tried to use AI? Please do mention which AI model or tool you have used so far on chat. Okay, awesome. So, was there any kind of fear uh, in while using AI that okay, AI can take my job anytime? Was there any such thoughts or questions arised in your mind when all those things happen? Nope. Okay, that's good. I see really positive people here. So this is me. I'm Dishant. Already have given introduction. So good, Shweta. Thank you so much. Now the table of content. Will understand what exactly fear of AI is. You may not have, that is really good to have like no fear of AI taking jobs. That is good. Then how exactly we can utilize AI in higher education. Then I'll show a few tools which are really cool and really helpful for all of us. Then we'll understand few prompting techniques which will help us to achieve better outputs from AI models. Apart from that, we'll also check how AI can help with academic planning, report generation, MOMs on multiple areas. Then there comes the faculty productivity and AI workflows. Like there are few areas which we do think like if we add AI workflows, it would be really better. Then responsible AI. Whenever we are using AI, we should be really responsible with the data, privacy. Then there are multiple things I'll be covering throughout in the responsible AI part and also the footprint. And there is some bonus for all of us to take care of. Now, fear of AI. Whenever we think like there is this fear which comes around, it may not be there, it may be there in subconscious mind, or it may not be there at all. So the concerns are usually like, will I get replaced? Or if if we are teaching anything to students, or even we are creating any kind of uh, projects or helping with them with their projects, there could be plagiarized content, or it may not be their own idea, it may not be their own creativity. Also there are sometimes like assignments or anything which comes along, it may be plagiarized, or there could be issues with that, like such as like the concept which students are following, it may not be very well written, and it may it may be a loss of creativity overall. And will it create issues for us when we are using it in academic purpose, such as like whenever we are drafting any kind of research paper, will it create issues for us, as we I myself may be having a unique idea and it may not be there on any platform or anywhere. But when I try to ask AI with it, AI will get trained and it may share it with other person too. Like my idea can go to other person. That could be a problem for me. So this all fear of AI is relatively there, but we don't have to fear on all of this, because whenever we are utilizing
Sir, your voice is breaking. Hello?
Apologies all for this delay. There seems to be some kind of internet issue on my end which is causing this. And I hope my screen is visible now, much better than earlier.
Yes, sir, it is visible, and your voice is
Awesome.
also audible.
Okay, thanks so much. So there you guys are. Here is my screen. Okay. So coming to the topic where we were on. Oops. Okay. So when it comes to the overall idea of fear in AI, we should not be having all those a fear, or we should not be afraid of any kind of problems related to coming to the plagiarism, originality, or even the creativity loss or a teaching style in this. Now, coming to the higher education. So, teachers, professors, can you please share me on pointers or one-liners like where exactly have you used AI? Where exactly have you guys used AI in education, such as like it may be for slides, it may be for creating any kind of content for students, or even upskilling yourself or reskilling yourself. Any place wherever you have used AI. Okay. What about others?
For slide preparations,
Okay, that's
and
good.
even like sometimes uh, to have a level 5 questions which can be framed for the internals or the examinations.
Super cool. Any other professor who has used? Thank you so much, Bhavya. No one else who has used AI instead of searching on Google for many searches. ChatGPT. Yeah, that's Gen Z. That's really good. Yeah. Right now, even on when we were search on Google, the first answer which we get is from AI, from Gemini. So eventually, whenever you're going to search for Google, it's also AI. But yeah, ChatGPT gives way better answer compared to what Google does eventually. So smart. Now, coming to the others who are in this call, am I going slow, going fast? Is it any kind of issue with the language? Please do respond because it really helps me to understand each and every one of you in this call because I only see 3 or 4 people from 32 participants are responding overall. So it really feels like you all are student who usually don't respond and I'm the teacher. So if possible, please do answer or be interactive so that I can understand if we are able to understand or not. Yeah, yeah, I'll continue. Now, coming to the higher education part, there are places where each and every faculty, even coming from my background, I work as a consultant and I also deliver lectures at nearby college. So it becomes really hectic when it comes to lesson planning, generating research paper works, or even sometimes I have to submit report on like what exactly I have covered in overall lecture. So now the problem comes around is like whenever I try to do all those things with my job, it becomes very overloaded. So how exactly can AI help you in here is probably to give you a lesson plan to generate slides, to generate illustrations such as like this. This is this uh, whole illustration has been generated by AI. I did not use any kind of free pick or any place or any website from where I loaded all this illustration. This is completely AI generated. Now, uh, there are also other areas which can affect and get you overloaded. So we as a faculty, we all have problems with like getting hectic with students are asking some questions. We have to deliver our lectures. We have to deliver all other activities in colleges, university, which causes us to work at home. Now, uh, what exactly we have to do? So let's say there could be assignments which you have provided to students, and they have submitted all those assignment PDF or provided you scanned copy of the written assignments probably. There are multiple places, different ways where assignments are being asked. Now, to check those assignments, it's really like problematic to go through each and every one when you have all this task pending. And you also have to support your house at the same time. So now, what if AI can help you on this? It may be like sounding like why exactly we are talking about AI, why all these things we are talking about AI and AI, why everywhere it's AI. Like in each and every class there is AI. Now the reason behind it is similar to what computers did for us back in the days. So back in the day when computer just came in, and in India, it started late when the computer literacy was very high. So now, similar to how computer literacy helped to get us moving and digitalize all the data, right? Similarly, we'll be doing with AI right now. AI literacy is very important because in each and every place, in each and every domain, AI has been utilized. Even for law, my sister is advocate and she runs a law firm. Now there too they are using AI. The reason behind it is like for drafting, for typing, all those bunch of things, they can use AI. Similarly, here in higher education, we can also utilize AI for such as slides, creating MCQ questions for students, generating any kind of, let's say you want to take a surprise test for students, but it's also surprising for you because you have other works to do. Now, to create a surprise test for them, you can probably have 20 sets of questions for each and every student. Let's say you have 20 students in one batch and you want to give them each and every one of them different questions. So you can create a quiz for them, or if you don't want to go with 20 different questions for each and every student, you can have 20 questions in one single quiz. How? We have multiple uh, tools I'll be showing you for generating quiz and creating those questions. So we will covering that. But right now we have to check on strategic partner, like how AI can help you as a partner and not as probably a replacement here. Now, how exactly, if we look at the higher level in the institution or faculty level, there are multiple things which we need to cover, where HOD may have responsibilities for creating NAC document, NIRF documents, reports on multiple fest events which are happening in the college. What exactly has been achievements of college or universities overall. Now, administrations may have to generate MOMs, email notices, all those bunch of things so that they respond back in the university itself. Now, there are also cases where you have to send a defaulter list or get the defaulters out from for the attendance part. So that also can be automated overall. Like you don't have to go through each and every report by yourself and check uh, who exactly was a defaulter. You can just give the Excel sheet to AI, give me all the details about the defaulter, what exactly they have done. But here the case comes into data privacy also, which we'll be covering in the next few slides, like how exactly you can avoid data leaks. Then comes academic planning. Now, in the academic planning, there could be places where you can use AI, such as we already talked about lesson planning, so I'm not covering that. But what if you want to create a proper short notes for students? Or what if you want, we as a professor want to help students with their productivity in their exams? Sometimes there could be cases where as a professor you may not be available for each and every student, because every student has their doubts, has their questions lying around. They have doubts about the projects. There could be cases where their project is not getting approved just because it's not very creative enough or very optimized enough to get selected. Now here, how as a professor I can help them would be uh, guiding them, like, okay, this is your project consists of this all tech stack. This is how you can use AI here to generate suggestions for you, and that way at least they'll be more confident. Now there comes the another case where as a professor I have to deal with multiple doubts and queries of the student, but I also have different tasks currently in my hand. There could be cases where you are free and you can entertain them, but the case is the here I am talking about a different case where you may not have a time to attend them. There you can probably it may sound absurd, but you can have a chatbot in the university itself, where they can use it as a buddy or companion for student, where as a teacher, as a professor, I would be the last person in that chatbot who will be answering those questions. If AI is not able to answer, then AI will redirect it to me, who will answer those questions probably in the next class or next time they meet with the professor. So this could be a case where you can use AI. And there comes the research part. So whenever we try to draft any kind of document, the creativity may be of our own, but sometimes there could be grammatical mistakes, spelling mistakes, and all those things which we need to highlight. Or even sometimes we have to check n number of research papers or references and understand what is the cause, and to see if this particular topic which I'm currently researching was researched earlier or not. So to do that, it takes a lot of time from a plate to check and give get the answer or draft. Till then, somebody else has already completed the research on the topic which I am working on. Now, how can I minimize that time? In the research drafting part, probably you can utilize AI, submit all the PDFs which you have till now found out about a set of topic, which you may think it is part of my similar domain. Give it to AI, get it summarized, and ask it to do more research. I'll show you how and which tool can be used for different set of purposes, and that way you can minimize your time on researching a particular set of research papers in your topic. This will automatically improve your workflow, make you more productive into the task, and you can at least enjoy your leisure and have a lunch at the proper time. Now, intro to AI tools. There are multiple tools in market which we'll be looking into. Here are few. Can anybody name the middle one? The K logo which we have here. Can anybody name it in chat? Kahoot. Yes, that's correct. Uh, no, it's not. It's Kahoot. So, has anybody used Kahoot and any time, like for creating quizzes, creating questionnaires? for students? Okay. Anybody else who has used? Okay, Indrani has used. How was it? Like, were you able to utilize AI in it, or was it completely manual in this case? Were you able to have it interactive? Interactive in real time. Yeah, completely. So now, do you think whenever we utilize Kahoot for quiz, yeah, so in there, students don't get time to discuss among them and then answer. Is it true? They have to answer it in 10 seconds or 20 seconds max, and they don't get much time to even copy from somewhere or chat GPT it. That makes it more engaging. Correct. So you can utilize Kahoot in this particular domain. Now, has anybody used Quillbot anytime? I am very well familiar. Uh, Teachers would have used it. It's very well known. Yes, right. So there is a section in Quillbot where it helps to humanize AI generated text. Is it true? Has anybody tried it? And it also gives you a score where, like, let's say you're giving it an AI generated question or any set of paragraph to it and saying asking it to check if it is AI generated or not. It will give you a score where it will give you how much percentage AI generated it is. Now, coming to the Gamma, has anybody ever used Gamma for generating PPT, slides, or anything like that? Awesome. You, it's really amazing to see this many creative professors here, and you are able to utilize what market has. Even before, I would really tell you all something which is really coming out of my heart is you have this group which I'm currently representing to has used most AI than the ones which I am current. I'm in Mumbai, and it seems like it should be utilizing technology more, but the case is other way around. Colleges where I go to lecture, students, those teachers are avoiding AI in this case, but here you guys are utilizing it. This is really good. I really like the crowd here. Now, coming to one more area, which is Gemini and Notebook LM. Now, Notebook LM, can anybody tell me how exactly we can utilize Notebook LM when it comes to academics and also for your report generation and anything? Any idea? Do share it in the chat. I'll be waiting. Mhm. Okay, that is one of the options. Correct. Any other options which you may think? Just try to prepare academic image. Yeah, true. Really helps. Has anybody tried ever creating a podcast out of the content which you have uploaded or uh, ask it to create? Oh, you can try that. You can probably generate a podcast, tell students to check it out and see if it works. And one more thing I would recommend is, let's say you want to start your own YouTube, right? To teach students on YouTube, or even sometimes there are cases where you may not be available. So you want to create a backup plan for the syllabus where you want to teach them. Now, the case would be like students may have doubts, but they are not very open to asking you, or they may be afraid, such as first year students. They're very new, they don't know what to do, and they'll be like, I'm not sure like if that sir or that teacher or ma'am would be uh, angry on this kind of questions or not. So to break their ice, you can probably generate some kind of podcast which they can listen to. And in that particular podcast, you can cover what kind of doubts, what kind of questions you can ask, and how to ask, and all those things. Similarly, there are also cases where students lack soft skills. You can create all those kinds of content via Notebook LM, and even as suggested in the chat where you mentioned like prepare academic images. Yes, all the illustrations, images you can create it directly on the Notebook LM. Give it the data and then create and generate all the infographics, map, mind map, short notes, and all those flashcards, all those things with Notebook LM. It's very like open-ended, and universities and schools get all the privileges to do it for free sometimes. So yeah. Now comes OpenAI, Copilot, and Gemini. So all three of them are majorly utilized, can be utilized for research, coding, and to generate different sets of prompt. There's a trick to this. Now, prompting. What if you don't want to prompt at all? Do you know that trick? Like, what is ChatGPT good with? Any idea what ChatGPT is very good with? I'll take it as a no. Okay. So, what if I go to ChatGPT and generate a prompt for mm, not really. That's what I'm trying to show. So, creating a website on React.js with the reference image. Now, what I've asked it to create a prompt for creating a website on React.js with reference image. Now, I'll find the reference image on Dribble probably. Okay. Here, I'll probably choose this. Let's say this website design. Okay. Copy image, go to ChatGPT, paste it. Now, I'll send it. Here, I'll show you one trick. What ChatGPT does best. Here it generated a very good prompt, giving it a proper details like what exactly it consists of. What are the tech requirements? I already provided tech requirement that is React.js. And by the old conversation I had with ChatGPT, I always use Tailwind for CSS. So it understands like I'll be using Tailwind for this particular place also. And similarly, I also use a responsive. And whenever I create any kind of website, I ask it for creating it a responsive. Now create a reusable, and also what kind of background item, what kind of accent color is, it picked up each and everything from this particular image. Then layout structure, hero section, main content, each and everything it took it, created a prompt out of it. Now, similarly, if you want to utilize this chat GPT for your own purpose, you can use it for generating prompts. Chat GPT is really good with prompts. So if whenever you want to use, let's say you want to use it with Notebook LM. Okay, let's say I create a new notebook and here I want to give a particular prompt to it to generate some kind of image. Let's say if I give it n number of dogs here, I'll go to my existing notebook. That would be much helpful for to show like what exactly I can do here. So here I created few slides, some kind of images, mind maps, and all these things. I provided it documents for each and every cases. So here, this is for an Indian classroom. This was for a school where I was training school teachers on like how you can utilize AI. So I gave this in here in the infographics mind map section, all the prompts. But the prompt was generated by ChatGPT. I just gave ChatGPT all the details related to what kind of prompt I want to generate, and it directly gave out a set of prompt. And then I faded in here in the notebook LM, and it gave me a really good um, mind map of flashcard or illustration. See, it has each and everything present in there. So this is one trick to utilize ChatGPT. ChatGPT is also good with coding, but to code or to research, I would recommend here go into the deep research section, which could be a different way to achieve it. So if you click on deep research and you can ask it to research on any topic, and it will give you all the details related to that particular topic. Like let's say you want to find research papers on neural networks or currently smart cities, AI and smart cities. There could be a different set of research which you can work on. So there you can research on it, get all the papers which are currently in market related to smart cities or uh, human replica in AI, and it will give you all the list of research papers. You can go through all of them and see whichever fits you. And for the references also you can utilize this. Now there is also another tool called as Perplexity AI. Whoever had Airtel SIM card, you may have gotten a Perplexity Pro for free, right? Whereas you have to keep on recharging your balance so that you can utilize it. Here, it is really good when it comes to generating a research, and you can do multiple research compared to what you can do with ChatGPT. Perplexity a different set of models which you can utilize each and every time. So let's say you're not satisfied with Gemini, you can probably use GPT. If you feel like no, GPT is not good for me, you can probably try Claude. Claude is really good with coding, so you can obviously utilize Claude for coding purpose, and GPT for generating prompts, Gemini for literature. You might be thinking like, how exactly Gemini can help me with literature? So Gemini is really vocabulary model. So if I go to Olam models, there is Gemma model, which is also it is an open source model of Google, but it will give you an idea like what exactly it is capable of. So I'll show you both of them here. So in this particular section, we can see the tags, vision, cloud, but there is no such thing as thinking. So it is not really good with thinking. It can give you respond from give it an image, get the output of it. Then it can give you vocabulary answers, which are really good. It has good grammar overall. Similar case is with Gemini 3. It has thinking, it has vision, it has tool calling and cloud, but does not have majority of coding or analytics uh, information. Now, whenever you try to ask it to generate some kind of code, or if you want to generate some kind of analytical information, it may lack it may lack some kind of satisfactory answers, whereas GPT, then Claude or DeepSeek will be able to answer much more clearly on those because they are built on those. Now, if I show you one more model, which is Quen. Quen is also one of the really good model out there you can utilize for getting analytical answers. Now, coming back to the tools. which you can utilize. There are multiple in market. Apart from this, you can utilize them. Gamma is for majorly for slides you can use. Then there is S- Stitch, Stitch AI by Google, and it's completely for free. Let's say you want to generate some kind of UI mock, you can utilize this, and probably you can use this just for creating website mocks. Now, coming back to another set of tools which you can utilize for AI in academics, Copilot. How exactly you may think Copilot can help you? Copilot can help you with multiple areas. Now, let me go to GitHub. Does anybody have GitHub Pro here? Anytime have you ever used GitHub Pro subscription? If you are on GitHub, you can try to follow me here, and there could be a pro tag. So professors, there's a really interesting thing you can do, which is get Copilot for free. Then there are also multiple things which are offered by GitHub. So GitHub Teacher Developer Pack. There is this Student Developer Pack, whereas for GitHub Education, teachers also have privilege to use for their own purpose. So GitHub offers this since you all it is very team oriented, right? You have MS Teams. You can use GitHub Classroom in here because it is a product of Microsoft. You can utilize in this and integrate. You can utilize LMS of GitHub Classroom. You can what kind of benefits? I'll just show it here. Learn more GitHub Education. I'll share this link in the chat so you all can look at with me. There are also for teachers and also for students and also for directly for the schools. Schools can be universities and you can even become a partner. So all this, whereas for students, there are cases where they can have multiple things such as they can have code labs for writing code and running it directly on GitHub. They don't have to run it on a local machine. That helps them. Plus, in the student developer pack, they can get multiple subscription for MongoDB. They can get the domain. Whereas for teachers, you can create collaboration and you can teach students about how they can do open source contributions, how they can do code merges, code reviews, and all those things, which is really industry uh, practice right now. And of course, AI Power GitHub Copilot Pro. The Copilot, which is provided in the Teams, is very different compared to the Copilot which is provided by GitHub. GitHub one is very code oriented and gives you very leverage on generating assignments, creating code, creating lesson planning, and all those things. And you can utilize it directly by going github.com/copilot. And that's it. Let's say you have in your mind, you have some kind of repository which you're not able to understand very well, or you want to replicate that repository but with your own set of creative ideas. You can go here, select the repository, or you can even search for a particular repository here in this files. Or if I want to search, I can search mine, which is this github.io. I can add each and every file which I want in there, click on add and type in the question which I want to ask. That's it. It will generate you any set of answer you like. And then there comes this models which you can utilize. So in the models, you can use Claude, GPT, which the admin who has subscribed to this particular plan has the privilege to give out free models such as this are the very fast and free models which are provided by my organization where I work. And few which are present here may cost me 1x or 0.33x or something like that, or 2x sometimes tokens. So every month I'll be getting set of tokens which I can utilize and then generate my answers. So this is how you can utilize Copilot. Now, coming to the another part, which is view. I'll be keeping my um, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Thank you so much. And currently I'm facing some kind of issue with Teams. So I'll be keeping my camera off so that this would be very smooth uh, session. So
Yeah, okay, sir.
yep, sharing my screen.
Yeah, just share your screen and all.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yeah, visible, visible.
Okay, awesome. So back to the topic where we were using flow. So flow can help us with getting videos out of it. So I'll show you one of the video which I created myself, and it was completely via prompt. So we have Indian gods, right? I utilized this AI for generating this kind of motorboat video where gods are riding it. Now, how exactly I did it? I just gave it an image which I generated from ChatGPT. I attached that image and told it to generate this kind of motorboat animation. Now, another thing which I did, this is me doing SUP. And what I asked it to do was to generate God coming from me as taking care of me. So this is how you can create an interactive videos for students. Probably you can generate some kind of uh, interactive video where such as in the syllabus we may have AI utilizing something, some kind of tool, and you want to showcase them like how exactly AI works, what is inside it. You can generate some kind of image where it would explode the whole transformers and show. So there's a known as explosion effect. So let's say there's this camera, right? It'll create some kind of explosion here, such as like this. If you are able to see my screen here, this is how it will create the explosion, and it will show each and every parts of that camera what exactly it is. Now similarly you can do with the operating system, disk, and CPU hardware, all those areas also for students to learn from it. Now coming to other set of tools, there's this dribble, but for for replacing dribble you can use stitch for your own use case. So yeah, you can play around with any other tools which you have in your mind. Coming to the prompting part, I would like to share you a few things for prompt. So there's a structure. Whenever we try to do any kind of prompting, there's a structure such as first comes persona. I'm typing it all in the chat so you can utilize it. Persona, then comes context, then comes query. These three things are very mandatory when it comes to the whole prompt, where if I type something like explain me photosynthesis in simple English, it won't give me a perfect answer, which I'm looking for. There may be a case where I am being a commerce student and I'm asking about photosynthesis, and it should know that which stream I come from, what kind of knowledge I have. I may be having much more knowledge in biology, in science, where I know about flowers, how they react, what kind of chemical reaction they have, and all sorts of things. But I may not know majorly about photosynthesis. So when I say it in simple English, then it will give me a basic answer. When I give it a persona, saying that hey, you are a science teacher, you you have qualification about PCB, and you can answer all the sets of question. Now I'll give it a context. The context would be I have this information, this PDF, this text file, and this is my query. And the query would be explain me photosynthesis. Now, by the person and the context, it has an idea. Okay, I have to respond back in this manner so that the person who is asking me this question has a better understanding. So this is how you can uh, generate prompts properly if you are trying it yourself. But when it comes to if you want to generate a prompt from ChatGPT, then you don't have to be concerned about all this instructions, guardrails, and all those things. You just have to give it in one liner, and it will generate you the very good prompt. And let's say you have a prompt and you want to optimize it. That's also one of the things which you can do with ChatGPT. Now, coming back to the topic, which is about AI for academic planning and reports. You may be thinking like, where exactly should I be using all this? AI as a partner, uh, and why should I be using it? Now, we already talked about like what exactly, how and what and how, all those things we covered earlier on the AI partner. But when it comes to academic, it's very different. There could be cases where the syllabus and the content which we are teaching, it may be a bit differ, because when I was learning in my BSc back in 2018, 2019, that time there was no AI, and we were upskilling ourselves by doing uh, trying to hack into Kali Linux, then try to do much more things on VMware and all those things, and even uh, doing Android root and all those things. So now, back then we did not had any kind of AI or as a teacher who could help us on this. So here, and in the AI with academic, you can probably leverage AI to help you for generating question banks. For, let's say, even if you are planning for examination, you can do that. Then generate uh, alignment maps, mind maps, short notes. Even sometimes there are cases where you see some kind of new technology which is currently happening, and you want to see like how exactly it fits into the student mind. Like, there could be cases where industry placements are the TNP cell could come up and say, okay, this is what currently industry is requesting us to do. So you may have to create something which is out of your domain, which you're also not sure, like how exactly should I do this. uh Industry is asking for AISec, but there is no such training right now present for AISec. How should I achieve it? So you can go to AI tools, ask it like what is currently happening in AISec, what is the current boom, and how you can help students to get past those interviews. So this all things you can do with AI. And what other things in the administration part you can achieve? Any idea, any thoughts on this? Have you ever used for administration purpose? Professors, teachers, any guesses, anything where you may have used AI for administration? No? Okay. Do you conduct conferences anytime? Or even there could be cases where you may have to generate proposals for any kind of event which you want to conduct, or anything which which you have to request from the department. Where the cases, something like this to do. Has anybody here created proposal drafts anytime, or conference abstracts, or even sometimes there are cases where you have to generate the whole conference agenda and what everything would be covered. Has anybody ever done that? Could you please share what you utilized in there? Like how and what did you do, Jency? I hope I'm spelling your name correctly. You can try to unmute yourself and answer it if you'd like.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I'm a research scholar. I'm using that there's many AI tools for preparing my papers, getting help, and to um like to prepare the paper content and something. Most of the things we are using, but because of your the sharing, we are getting enriching and knowing many things extra, sir. But the basic things are we are actually using now.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. No issues. Thank you so
thank you,
much.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So coming to the topic where we will be using AI as a partner in academics and department, there could be cases where you have to generate annual department report, like what exactly the AI department or cloud department did in the whole year. And in that report, you may just have pointers and you may not have time to even write down all the summaries for each and every task which you have worked on. To do that, you can probably give all the data to AI saying that, okay, yeah, I want to generate this report. This is the format of the last year's report which is created. Do it similar, but add this pointers which I'm sharing with you. And that way you can generate department report. Just to make sure, you have to review it. Without reviewing, you cannot move ahead. So the manual intervention would be always be there. Then comes proposal drafts. So let's say you want to do another set of faculty development program. For that, you need to write down a proposal draft. Now for that drafting, you may be doing it yourself. Whereas you could have utilized AI tool on this. Like let's say you have the pointers ready with you. You just give it to AI, say that okay, these are the pointers, and generate me a proposal for this event which I want to conduct at X date. And that's how you can utilize AI on this. Now, coming to the conference abstracts. On each and every side of the conference, there are also abstracts present, what it will cover, what is meant to do, what is the main motto of this conference, whom to invite, all those things. So to do all those work, you can probably utilize AI, but not completely relying on AI. But yes, we'll be utilizing AI on that, where for generating abstracts, generating the agenda of the whole conference, then emailing all the selected participants, speakers, guests. We can utilize AI for that, for generating emails, right? And even sometimes we want to convert bullet points to formal documentation, which you can utilize. Let's say you want to generate a speaker notes from the bullet points, saying that okay, this is how I want the speaker to be speaking in a particular event. So you can utilize AI on all those things. Now, you can screenshot this, or I'll be sharing the slide with all of you. You can pick this. So as I suggested, there are multiple AI tools which you can utilize. Gamma, Canva, AI for slides. Even right now, Google Slides is also good for creating slides. Then if you want to generate a workflow, you can use Notion AI. For research, you can use Perplexity, Site, text reports, coding, ChatGPT, and Claude, of course, and always. It will really help you out on all this. So these are the tools and ways to achieve it overall. But yeah, there's always a disclaimer on reviewing the submission which you are giving. Whatever AI gives us, we have to review it to make sure there's nothing NSFW. There's no such words or phrases which can harm anybody. So we have to make sure all those things. Now, this comes to faculty productivity in AI workflow. Now, how exactly faculty can get a productive? These are the few pointers I have. And these few pointers are about drafting narratives, SSR documentation, compilation. Now, what all these are, like whenever we are writing down for NAC or NIRF, can anybody, any of the professors, anybody, research scholars can share me their thoughts on like what exactly is needed and what kind of challenges you face while doing all these tasks? Can anybody just share it on chat or even speak up by unmuting themselves? I would repeat the question again. What are the challenges you all face while doing NAC or NIRF documentation or any kind of uh, documentation in the department? Okay, that's one of it. What else you may be facing? Any kind of challenges you may be facing? Of tagging. Okay. Anything else? I only have Chavi ma'am answering these questions. Anyone else who is willing to answer? No idea, sir. Okay. Shweta ma'am, any idea? Any help would be very helpful for me. only see 3, 4 people from the whole 39 answering my questions. Other 35 people are not very active overall. I'd really appreciate if you could answer. Okay, so I'll answer the question then. Whenever there is NAC or NIRF documentation which has to be done, right? You have to write down all the reports for what kind of activity were there in the whole year, in the whole X number of um, time. Then there comes the evidence tagging. Evidence would be like if this was the activity which was happening, let's say this kind of fest or FDP which had happened overall, then who all were there, and there would be photographs which would be needed. All those things needs to be present, and in the photograph you need a caption, so you need to generate a caption which you can utilize AI for. Then there could be a faculty data which you need to give to in that particular documentation submitted. Also provide a graph or chart in along with some kind of statistics for student, like how much they were progressing, what kind of challenges you faced overall, what kind of events were there, document all those events, provide a compact summary. Then if a particular student has started some kind of startup business, you need to provide some kind of documentation. If any event which college has won on behalf of a particular student, where student had represented the university or college, then you have to also document all those things, right? So here, every places you can use AI and generate a brief report for NAC or NIRF. This will help not only to uh, remove the very hectic workload, this will help to give out all the summaries of each and every event. Now, coming for the time efficiency part, there could be cases where you have to do a lesson planning, but it's very time consuming. Maybe thinking like it's taking a day, it's taking 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours of my whole day. There is no such flow. Now, if you are creating a lesson plan and suddenly students come into staff room saying that, ma'am, I have this issue, sir, I have this issue. Can you please help? The whole flow gets disrupted. Whereas if you utilize with AI, the flow will stay the same. You can also help students with their doubts. Meanwhile, AI is generating a lesson plan for you. It can take probably 30 minutes. In the worst case, it may take an hour, right? It won't take you a whole day at least to generate a lesson plan. Now, coming for the minutes of meeting. In Teams, different set of organizations are utilizing tools for generating M1. How exactly it will generate an ML? There would be a small assistant which will be along with this meeting participants, and it will listen all the things which was discussed and generate M1. So you don't have to write it down yourself in the whole meeting where you are listening to everybody, but it becomes very hectic for you to remember each and everything which was mentioned in the call. Even now, right now, we are going to be uh, it's hour or will be reaching 2 hour limit, right? So if you type down each and everything, or if you try to remember each and everything that happened in this call, it would be very supernatural for you, or you need a superpowers for that to even remember each and every point which I mentioned in this call without any reference. So right now we have the reference as PPT, But what if I was just blabbering without any physical reference to this? So you don't have any kind of context at that moment. So you can utilize AI. There is AI implementation which you can utilize in Teams, Google Meets, and all those places. Then there comes report drafting, which we discussed earlier. Like let's say you want to generate annual report, proposals, even for NAC, NIRF, all those places, it it takes a whole day. The chart obviously says 3 hours, but though it takes a whole day to get all the resources out, push it, read it, and see if it is even eligible to be part of the report or not. All those things will take a lot of time. Whereas if you give it to AI, you just have to the job would be just simply arrange the documents, give it to AI, and it will generate in 30-45 minutes overall. Like there could be back and forth questions which you may be getting from AI, but yeah, at least in 45 minutes you'll have the answers. There comes question bank. Question bank could be a set of questions for PYQs or even for the upcoming exam which you're planning for the students, or even sometimes you want to give them homework as a question bank, like okay, these are the questions you have to complete as soon as possible and give me the answers. So for all this set, here it says 40 minutes, but by the use of AI which we are doing, it can at least give us within 10-20 minutes a proper answer with all sets of questions. So it will cut off major area of your time in the whole day and become your partner. Now, very important part, responsible AI. Whenever we talk about AI, it's similar to how internet works. We have dark web, we have deep web, we have data getting leaked, we are getting fraud information out there. There are also cases where our data has been utilized somewhere, our password gets hacked, all those things. What if while using AI, our details got published somewhere? We all are familiar with the current trend to edit images using AI. Just give our image, give it a prompt, and it will generate different set of background, pose, facial expression, and all those things. It can even create illustration out of a photograph. But how should I utilize this in academics or even any place responsibly without creating any kind of problems for myself? You may be thinking like, what about the copyright? We recently had last year people getting too much concerned about who owns AI generated content. There were artworks which are getting generated by AI, but AI only generates those art from the existing art, correct? So whenever students submit their work or whenever a particular faculty publishes their research, how much is AI generated and how much is their own creativity? That needs to be there, right? Because what if something in that particular research could be an intellectual property and it can cause trouble for the university itself? Like how come this particular project was being researched on if it was a intellectual property and it had copyrights? So we can have some kind of citation guidelines, AI user declaration, like okay, I used AI for generating this set of contents, and apart from that, the whole creativity is of mine. I did the research. These are the references of the same, and having a transparent clause. This could be a few things. I would really love if you could, if you faculties can give me some suggestions in the chat itself. That could be really helpful. Feel free to add in anything you may have. Now, academic risks. There could be a time, even I have been very skeptical on this, that what if I become over reliant on AI to do all those things? Then what is the use of my brain? Like if I'm completely relying on the AI which I'm using daily, then I won't be able to upskill myself, right? Uh, every day, whatever work I want to do, I'm just relying on AI. Okay, AI is there, it will do it, and I don't have to worry about all those things. But we need to make sure that the creativity comes from inside. Take breaks, though you are using AI, take breaks, go out, explore, get a mind creative, do some kind of yoga, do some kind of sport activity which can freshen up ourselves, do dance, so that we don't get any kind of academic risks on becoming over reliant, getting bias outputs, getting data leaks. Data leaks is very crucial, and how it happens majorly happens when we try to give it some kind of data which we should not be giving, such as like phone numbers, other card, or even email addresses. Sometimes we unknowingly give data to AI for generating some kind of information out of it, and it may cause data leaks. Like some, let's say today I am using ChatGPT for generating a content, or probably optimizing my resume for another set of job. And in that resume, I may have added my phone number, my email address, and maybe other things in there. So it can create an issue for me, right? On it. Like, let's say another person who is utilizing and generates a website, and that website has my phone number. This is not something I'm creating it of my own. Uh, Last week, when I was creating a website for a law firm, back then I did not add any kind of phone number. I suggested AI to add the phone number for WhatsApp, and it did add a random phone number which was of an actual person from India. I won't be taking the name of him, but this is how the data leaks happen, and we have to be really careful while doing it, while utilizing it. There could be hallucination by AI because, yeah, AI is not a human brain, and we have to make sure that the hallucination are fixed. We try to check, verify whatever data AI has generated, and make sure that there's no plagiarism. Check for the plagiarism whenever you're doing any kind of academic research or generating. Yeah, Bhavya. So this image was generated by slides. I have Nano Banana integrated in the slides. So that's how I'm utilizing it. I'll show you in a moment like how this was created. Yeah. Now, coming to the next part, AI footprint. This is where the impact stays. So as a professor, as a teacher, we need to be really careful. Whatever data we are uploading, whatever prompt we are sending to AI, each and everything can't have a good or bad footprint. And even we as a teacher should inform students to avoid sharing personal information to AI, because student may not know what are the disadvantages of AI. It's like a golden goose for them who can do each and everything for them, and they don't have to worry. but they are not aware of the dark side of it, which we as a professor, we as a teacher, we need to teach them like, okay, use AI, but be very careful while using it. Make sure that you don't provide any kind of personal information. Don't share anything which may cause problems for you. Don't use it for fake news. Don't do too much energy consumption, and make sure not to integrate your whole system with AI applications. There are causes such as like there are tools which are for browsing, such as anti-gravity, Comet. I'll just show you anti-gravity. Google's anti-gravity. This is awesome. Like how should I say it? This is really good when it comes to agentic uh, coding, but it also has different set of problems with it. Like you can automate writing code and building your own set of instructions, but it's more than Copilot. You have to make sure that whatever files or formats it creates, you have the control over it. If you lose any kind of control, then it can create some kind of bash program. It can even run those bash program and it can harm your own machine because it's AI ID overall. Now coming to Comet, it's a browser. And when it comes to browser, whenever you're browsing any kind of website, we have another tab open. Let's say for other cases, let's say I have this my Gmail right here. Now my Gmail contains critical information. It could be my banking information. It could be my bank statements, transactions, and each and everything. So if I'm utilizing this Comet as a browser, I need to be very careful that I don't use any kind of banking or anything which can harm me overall, like any place which has my personal information. I should not be having any kind of login of it on that browser so that it does not cause any kind of data leaks or problem with prompt injection. There are cases where prompt injections are there present in this image. Let's say this is the image, and if I copy it, it will give me the bytecode and have pasted on AI tool saying that read this image, give me the information. And in this image, there could be an instruction which will be present. And that instruction, AI will treat it as prompt and it will run that prompt. The prompt could be to go into your uh, banking website, get out the information such as account number, customer ID, password, information about your money, and then do some kind of transaction with it. So if we rely completely on this AI tools, then it can cause a bad footprint for us. Now, data privacy. Whenever we are teaching students or utilizing it, uh, even for checking their papers, checking their assignments, we need to make sure that there is no information, or if there is, we should mask those information to avoid any kind of privacy issues. And even let's say you're creating any kind of documents or reports for university colleges, there's no confidential information of college which could harm that university or college. We should also make sure of those things in that document. So yeah, avoid sharing personal sensitive information. That's where it comes in. Bonus. That's where the bonus comes in. Any kind of question, any kind of doubts till now you have, feel free to ask me. Any questions till now? Okay, so coming to the bonus section, AI usage policy. Um, Whenever we are thinking of AI integration into our academics, there should be a set of guidelines which should be present in the university, in the college itself. There could be a rule about how exactly AI needs to be used, what kind of ethical way there should be, rules on attribution, originality. Then there comes faculty AI training program, which currently is happening here, which is really great, where there would be workshops and there would be educators who will teach all of you, all the faculties about AI tools, what kind of strategies you can utilize. There could be more of hands-on training where the educator and the educatees or the mentees can learn directly along following along with the educator on like how exactly they can use these tools. There comes data governance and framework. So whatever data which we are trying to protect, we can have set of governance in the university itself, such as like similar to what we have firewall for the Wi-Fi, so that nobody, no, not any set of problems occur. There's a set of access control. We can have those for the university itself. Even for the students, we can have a literacy program where the educators, such as you, your professors, can teach them about how they can use AI and upskill or reskill their themselves and contribute to better development. Because students may not know much about AI problems on apart from how much they know about AI use cases. So they need to know about what is safe for them, what is unsafe for them, all those things. So you can utilize this. This is some kind of suggestion to go with for overall AI usage policy. Now, this is a short roadmap which I've generated with this illustration I've generated with AI. Now, since we already having FDP sessions, we can move with pilot automation, AI usage guidelines, then integrate AI in curriculum. So how exactly this could be better? I would suggest utilizing a self-hosted model rather than utilizing a very well-versed APIs which are currently present in market. So for few cases, you can utilize the API calls, which are probably from Copilot, Google, Gemini, all those places. Now, but what if there comes the data privacy problem? You can have a self-hosted model in the university, which can be accessed by anybody, and it has been trained on multiple data over. And by that, the faculties and students both can utilize it for their research, curriculum, and probably to generate some kind of administrative documents. So the data which is of the university stays within the university. Nobody can get the data for their own training. Even in the AI research labs, students can research on the same AI model multiple ways. And this will help them to create projects. Probably the projects would be LMS with AI. This AI-enabled LMS will not only help students but also teachers to generate questions, quizzes directly in that LMS, and it will be uh, added in their system itself in the university, and probably university can branch it out to multiple other universities, and it can encourage them to use this LMS. So this is just an business idea you can utilize if you like. So yeah, from me, this is the bonus. And now, any questions you may like to ask? There was one question about how these images were generated. If I click here in this nano banana, you can see this kind of images are there I've generated. And I click on images, you can see set of images here. Infographics will give you infographics. You just have to type in what kind of infographic you need, and it will generate an infographics here. So this is the explosion effect which I was talking about earlier. I can reuse this prompt, and it will give me all sets of information. See, any other questions you may have? Any questions, any doubts related to the slides? I'll share this slide to everyone. But yeah, this Nano Banana only comes with AI Pro subscription, which I have right here. This is how AI Pro subscription will look like overall. Like there's this uh, outline. Shweta ma'am, I don't think anybody has questions. So
Yeah, okay, sir.
yeah, and whenever you connect with people, it's really helpful. Like you can directly connect with me and ask any kind of doubts, questions right here. I'm sharing my LinkedIn link here. You can visit. I've been speaking for this whole month overall, and you can connect with me anytime you like. I'll be available. You can even endorse me if you really liked my session, then you can add endorsement right here. You can just click on add recommendation, and you can share your thoughts on the same. Really helpful. Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute, sir.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Sir, please share PPT and this tool list for me, sir, so that I can
Yeah,
share
I've
this
shared
PPT
it
to.
in chat. Yeah, I've shared
Okay.
it in the chat. The link for the
Okay, sir.
PPT is just above my
Yeah.
LinkedIn link.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That I will copy, sir.
yeah.
So can we conclude the session, sir?
Yes. I,
Mm,
yeah. Yeah.
okay. As we come to the conclusion of the session, it's a privilege to me to propose the vote of thanks for this FDP, which has happened for 6 days. We extend our sincere thanks to our chief patrons, Dr. Prabhakar C., General Secretary, Gopalan Foundation, Bangalore, Mr. Sunita Prabhakar, Director, Gopalan Foundation, for their constant encouragement and visionary leadership and support towards organizing academic and professional development initiatives. We express our heartfelt gratitude to our principal, Dr. Arun Vikas Singh, for his valuable guidance and motivation to conduct FDP. We express our deep sense of gratitude to our esteemed resource persons, Mr. Prerit Chandra sir, Mr. Anil Bhupendra sir, Dishant Gandhi, and Dr. Nagarajan Vetrivel for graciously sharing their vast knowledge, industry expertise, and valuable insights on AI tools in education. Their sessions have been truly enlightening, through provoking, and immensely beneficial, providing us with both academic and depth in practical perspectives. Our sincere thanks to our co-patrons, Dr. Swati Ma'am, HOD of CSC JSM, and Dr. Manu Challa sir, Head of CSC AML, and Dr. Nageshwar Rao sir, Head Center of Excellence, for their academic leadership and encouragement and constant support throughout the planning and execution of this FDP. We place and record our special appreciation to our convener, Dr. Purani Ma'am M., Associate Professor, Department of CSC JSM, for our meticulous planning and coordination and dedicated efforts in organizing this FDP successfully. We extend our sincere thanks to all faculty coordinators, organizing committee members, technical team, whose hard work, cooperation, and commitment behind the scenes ensured the smooth conduct of this program. At this juncture, we once again extend our cordial thanks to all the esteemed faculty members and participants from various colleges whose enthusiastic performance, participation, interaction, and engagement added great academic value to this FDP program. We thank each and every individual who contributed directly or indirectly to the success of this FTP. Thank you so much, Deshant Gandhi sir, for your informative session. Thank you so much once again.
Thank
With this,
you.
I conclude the vote of thanks. Thank you all.
Should I take a leave?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much, sir. Yeah. Dear professors, kindly note I will share assessment and feedback link by 5 o'clock, and we will give till 8 o'clock time. Please answer all the questions. There were 50 questions on continuously from 5 days, 6 days session questions based on each resource person. They have given the questions to us. So I have formed a Google form. I will share to you through the mail. Please check out the mail and fill the form. Okay. Mm. Thank you everyone for your time and active participation throughout the 6 days session. Thank you so much. Have a good day.